Possessing what can become a snare, having what can become a snare, we have to be very careful. Judges chapter 8, verse 22 to 27. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule thou over us, both thou and the sons sons also, for thou hast delivered us from the hands of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that ye would give me every man the earring of his prey, for they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelite. And they answered, We will willingly give them. And they spread the garment, and did cast therein every man the earring of his prey. And the weight of the golden earring that he requested was 1,700 shekel of gold, beside ornaments and collars and purple remnant that was on the kings of Midian, and beside the chain that were about their camel's neck. And Gideon made an ephod thereof, and put it in the city, even in Ophrah. And all Israel went thither, a warring after it, which thing became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. Be careful of what you build, how you what you the things you build your belief around about. Be very careful. We have to be very careful. After collecting the earring, Gideon made an ephod, which took his heart away from God and that of Israel. And he lost out. He lost out. He missed it. This also even led to the death of his children. The concubine, in that book of Judges chapter, the son of a concubine, in Judges chapter 9, if you start reading from verse 4 to 5, he killed all the children apart from Jotham that escaped. Apart from Jotham. Another thing we see in the Bible was in the book of Numbers chapter 19. Now, God himself told Moses what to do. Numbers chapter 21 verse 9. Numbers 21 verse 9. Numbers 21 verse 9. Verse 9. God ordered Moses to make a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole for that moment, not as a statue. Numbers 21 verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. So this thing was used to perform a miracle. And what we saw that the people now build their belief round about it, not round about the God who gave the instruction that this thing should be built. Praise the name of the Lord. And I look at it that it ended up becoming a snare to the children of Israel in the book of 2 Kings chapter 18. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 4. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 4. He removed the high places and break the image and cut down the grooves and break in pieces the brazen serpent that Moses had made. For unto those days the children of Israel did burn incense to it. And he called it Nehushtan. Can you see? God did not say they should worship it, but because it became an instrument God used to perform a miracle, they now decide to shift their faith from the God and to the thing which he used to perform the miracle. Just like the God who created the mountains, and today people are worshiping mountains. The God who created the sea, people are worshiping sea. The God who created the sun, people are worshiping sun. They abandoned the God who created the mountain, who created the sea, who created the sun. Now they are because of the magnitude or of the magnificence or the beauty or the spiritual whatsoever they discover about it, now they shifted their faith from the God who made these things and began to worship those things. So the same thing, you see, they began to worship that serpent, that brazen serpent. They began to worship that brazen serpent. Whereas God did not say they should worship it. He used it as a solution at that moment. But instead, they shifted their heart from God and began to see that thing as their God and as their solution. We saw that it became a snare to the children of Israel. They began to worship the image. Like Today's scenario, we use our money to buy things that pollute our minds, clothes that does not bring glory to God. Promotion has become a snare to some people. They now leave the promotion, they leave the God and begin to worship promotion, clothing, material things, and so on. We have to be very careful. Remember, Rachel took his father gods and became a snare to him. That was what attracted curse, because the husband said, whosoever hands we find this thing, let that fellow die. And at the long run, they searched, they could not find it. But that word became a snare to the life of what? Of Rachel. You saw that it was the curse was laid in Genesis chapter 31 to 32. And and in Genesis 35, 16 to 20, this curse became, when Rachel was to give birth, life became difficult. It became difficult for her and she died. So be very careful of not having possession of things that can become snare in a situation where they will become snare to you and make you to fall or to lose your faith in God and put faith in it. God bless you.